the heads of the likes of MI5, MI6 are accountable to Parliament. So whatever policies they invoke on the public in terms of spying, they have accountability. They are held in front of a select committee, and they have to give answers for their actions. So to say that it is the responsibility of the MPs, I think is a little bit unfair, because the MPs will put legislation into power, and it's the responsibility of MI5, MI6 to introduce that legislation and to stay within the law. If they go out of the law, then they are hauled in front of the select committee, as we've seen, and they are given a pasting. Now, the question here is, for example, as Ms. Anbai said earlier, if a country is going into war on the basis of intelligence, how serious do you take that particular intelligence? Now, if a prime minister or a cabinet decides that that intelligence isn't strong enough, then it won't act on that particular intelligence. Now, we've seen in previous administrations and in previous governments where intelligence has been taken and it's been manipulated, abused to fit the purpose of that government to go into war.
Sure.
And these are very, very serious issues, and we hope that our government is certainly very passionate about taking intelligence very seriously, and also interrogating that particular intelligence. Now, the second part of it, in terms of the laptop or the security, that's something that we have to take very, very seriously. Not very long ago, one of the news items, the banking sector did an exercise called Waking Shark 2. Basically, numerous banks got together under very secretive department, and they exchange a hacking exercise. So in terms of that, we have to look after the national security of our country. We also have to look after the intelligent property of our country, because if you lose that, and if that is compromised, then we have a situation where we can't, and we have to worry. We have to worry about countries like China, who are trying to tap in and hack into our system. So GCHQ, MI6, MI5 will work erroneously to make sure that that doesn't happen.
So would you say that I, for example, would not have to worry? No, of course. My laptop is fine. It's not going to be looked at by the government.
That won't be true, because you have a certain level of responsibility. As a user of a laptop, you have to make sure that your software in your laptop is up to date. It's not up to the government to make sure that your system is secure. You have to make sure that your laptop's secure. You have to make sure, and you also have a responsibility that you don't visit the dark side of the internet or any dodgy side on the internet.
The problem is that Snowden revolution.
I've been told that we have to move on to the next topic. If I say Monibai, then you've heard from the Labour and the Conservative that we should be somewhat worried, but not vast amount of worry. Would that be,
Well, you see, Britain is famous for what? It's famous for a liberal country, a very liberal society. Now, we're used to that.
Sure. And
now we are slowly facing some stringent measures coming into our life. And then for the sake of security and safety.
Sure.
Now, I don't mind in a national crisis or national problems, government taking over, sort of running the country in an emergency basis. That's fine.
Sure.
But as long as you said, that my laptop, my mobile phone are not listened to or looked into.
But on the other hand, Monibhai, if there's someone like a potential terrorist, he also has his rights at the same time as being a UK citizen. So tatta jodi keu dekhe, and where do you put the boundaries?
Well, a terrorist is a terrorist.
I don't know if the next person sitting beside me is a terrorist, or is they're going to blow up in a minute.
That will be based on intelligence from the sources. And
so, but he also has his own rights.
No,
just like you and I.
I don't think he doesn't come into that game. He's a terrorist.
Okay.
He can
so he's lost his rights as his labels.
Unless court reinstate the rights, he's under surveillance. He's under in front of the eyes of the intelligence. intelligence.
The প্রবলেমটা হলো দেখেন কোথায় এখন তো ইন্টেলিজেন্স কমিটি জানতেছে না ধরেন 5 জন লোক আছে how they will find out you are innocent and you are terrorist so maybe they will search for 5 people they will find a terrorist so that is the critical thing actually
I think Councillor Chaudhry said it that it has to be intelligent led. And it also points on what Abdus Bhai said that you know intelligence might sometimes be not the best intelligence, i.e. the intelligence given to Tony Blair at the time going to war. You know what I mean? So then again, other intelligence that has been given to like Obama, where he bombarded Bin Laden. You know, so it's the quality of the intelligence. Would you say that that's?
It's important, but again, when it comes to national issue, the Prime Minister on his own won't be able to make a decision. It's voted in Parliament.
So it stops.
So it wasn't just, as a leader at the time, I think Tony Blair led on the issue, but the whole Parliament is to blame, majority. Without Tory support, without Lib Dem support,
that's true.
Without Labour support, we would have never gone to war.
Yeah, just like this
but there's another privacy we lose.
Yeah.
I think one way probably wants to touch on that as well, or most of us. We all have mobile phones.
Yeah.
There's a lot of softwares. And when you download software, so agree to use even a game, all of the conditions are that they could tap into your phone calls, they could listen to your conversations, they could edit stuff, they could move your contacts, everything. So I think what's happening through the softwares, there's another form of intelligence being gathered. It could be through governments that we're not aware of. So in that sense, it's worrying, yes.
Excuse me, can I just come into it?
Yeah, sure.
Now, there's two kinds of intelligence. Human intelligence and technology-based intelligence. I'm worried about technology-based intelligence.
You're worried about Abdus Bhai.
but the reality is
human intelligence is okay.
We are now in change world.
As you said, 5 of us is here and are here, and who is terrorist? So there's intelligence. Human intelligence is important here. We 4 of us know who is what. 5 of us know.
Abdus Bhai, you're the IT expert.
I think there is a little bit slight misconceptions. We're scared of things that we don't understand. And technology-based intelligence is something that a lot of people don't understand. But we have to also look at another thing as well. I mean, if you look at the internet has evolved significantly over the last 10, 15 years. There are very, very bad things that are happening on the internet. And to protect and to make sure to protect the safety of our, of the public, be it the young people, be it vulnerable people, we have to make sure that things are tightened up, that security is tightened up. And I'm always for and support intelligence and systems that allow us to monitor people that are doing bad things on the internet. If you've got nothing to worry about, then you shouldn't worry about who's snooping on your laptop. If you have something to hide, if you're doing something illegal, then I am totally in favor of the law of the land coming down on you very, very harshly. But at the same time, of course, as Munibai said, we have to respect people's privacy, we have to respect people's freedom. But freedom at what price? These are the kind of things. On one hand, we say we want to respect people's freedom, but at the same time, we say, well, hang on a minute, we also want to be safe. We want to be safe from the bad things on the internet. We want to be safe we want to make sure that, as you said, Ahmed Bhai, that we want to make sure that our money is safe in our bank. We want to make sure that our credit card detail doesn't get stolen. For those things to happen, intelligence needs to catch up as well. So this is, and I'm proud to say that my government is at the forefront of this and is introducing legislation, is introducing laws that will make sure that it's safe for people to browse the internet.
Thank you, Abdus Bhai. On that note, Shri Darshak Mondali, apnara বুঝতে পারতেছেন যে if you're doing something right, you don't have to worry about it. If you're doing something wrong, you can run, but you can't hide. এই নোটে আমরা আপাতত ব্রেকে চলে যাব এবং পরবর্তী সেগমেন্টে আমরা we will take more opinions. Feel free to call us on the numbers and we will interact. Thank you.